Welcome inside another edition of Knicks and Six, where we fill you in on everything you need to know right now about your Knickerbockers. I'm Rebecca Harlow alongside Bill Pito, and all you need to know right now, the Knicks have won 7 straight.
It sounds really good. We were talking about it on the air. You go back 2 weeks ago after the Dallas loss when they were booed off the court and destroyed at home against the Mavs, and facing Cleveland at home the very next day. They have not lost since. Who saw this coming? 7 straight, 6 straight on the road, their best road winning streak since 2013. And the thing is, Rebecca, I don't think anybody saw this coming.
I think they saw it coming. And I firmly believe that. I feel like they felt like the work was going to pay off. And I don't know if they necessarily thought that they were going to rip off 7 straight, but I think they absolutely believed that they were going to start figuring things out and produce a great brand of basketball. And it's really interesting because I was talking to Quentin Grimes about that in Chicago, and he told me that there is now this belief on the team that they feel like they are going into any game and that they are going to win that game. He said that belief wasn't fully there earlier in the season, but it's developed over this win streak. And Bill, I cannot stress how important that is because all of the best teams in the league have that. They're down 5 with 2 minutes to go in the game. They still think they're going to win, right? And most of the time they do. And the fact that the Knicks are starting to figure that out is massive for the back half of this season.
To me, and I know you're with the team for the 2 games in Chicago, but Jalen Brunson, I don't think his impact can be overestimated because when you talk about being down 6, they were down 6 to Indiana with 2 minutes to go and won the game. Jalen Brunson, when the game is on the line, seems to play his best basketball. Now, we all knew he was going to be an upgrade, but Wally Zerbiak on our coverage is saying, Jalen Brunson may be worthy of an all-star position. I mean, he's been that good. I mean, and the thing to me is he has been at his best when it matters the most.
Absolutely. And first of all, I'm going to piggyback on that all-star comment. Not only might he be an all-star, but he wants to be an all-star. And let's just reverse a little. Everything that Jalen Brunson has wanted, he's got a state title in high school, then getting into the NBA, and then becoming the #1 guy. Oh yeah, winning a national championship at Villanova. Everything that he's put his mind to, he has accomplished. And he told me that his goal this season is to be an all-star. He said he puts it on his phone somewhere where he sees it every single day, and he works extremely hard to get there, so I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Rebecca, it's interesting. You were with the team, so you get a sense of how the dynamics have changed here a little bit. But I referenced after that loss to Dallas and that prior to that Sunday game against Cleveland a couple of weeks ago, Tom Thibodeau changed the rotation. No more Cam Reddish, no more Derrick Rose, lots of minutes for Quentin Grimes, and extensive minutes off the bench for Miles McBride. Do you think that's been the difference? And the injury to Obi Toppin has given minutes off the bench to Jericho Sims. Are all these factors the reason? Because when you look at it, it's very hard to come up with an explanation unless that's your main explanation for what's going on here.
I think that's the question of the hour right now, Bill, but I think the answer is kind of yes and no. I think you could make a case going both directions. I think, yes, obviously the defense that Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes has brought to the game has certainly made a difference. But I also think that there has been a buildup of work that's been happening all season long. So it's not quite so simple. You can't just say, oh, it's because those guys were removed that those guys are winning, because I think they got embarrassed against Dallas. I think that was a moment where they had to recircle as a team and say, hey, we're not okay with the product we're putting on the floor. We're going to change things moving forward. And it's impossible to say whether or not they would have won or lost those games had the rotation been different, right? So yes, the rotation's working, but I don't think it's just only because of the rotation.
Talk about Brunson. Grimes has been great. You were with the team in Chicago. Grimes hit major big-time threes, and in the 2 games went 9 of 16 from downtown. Julius Randle's playing at a top level. And a little bit under the radar here, Rebecca, RJ Barrett over the last handful of games is averaging over 20 a contest after he really struggled out of the gate. That's been another factor in the Knicks playing great basketball.
Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. When you have a situation where you've got a big 3 and you've got Randle, you've got Barrett, and you've got Brunson all scoring 20 plus a game, they're going to do great things, right? Because they're putting so much pressure on the opposing defenses. And I was actually talking to Randall about that chemistry recently, and he told me that it's really kind of coming together seamlessly now, where Brunson's in a role where he can be playmaking and he can be running this team, and it's allowing Randall and Barrett to play where they're most comfortable playing. And he said over the last couple of years, when some of that playmaking was falling on those two, they can do it, right? But that's not their natural position. So the fact that it's all sort of working together now has just been outstanding, and it's really clicking. And, I think another big thing in this win streak that we have to take a look at too, Bill, is the starts. I mean, in the first quarter, Randall's going absolutely bananas. I mean, the guy has 10 plus every first quarter all the time. And in addition to that, their defense has been outstanding. And so now when you're playing the Knicks, you get punched in the face from the start of the game. And you understand that this is going to be a tough game. And I think that that's made a huge difference too.
All right, so 10-13 has become 17-13. And as Tom Thibodeau likes to say, in the NBA, things can change like that. Rebecca, happy holidays to you and your family. Great to be with you as always. Happy holidays to everyone out there, and thanks for checking things out here on Knicks and Six.